We have learned tonight that Planned Parenthood has once again halted all abortion services statewide as an 1864 abortion ban is back in effect tonight, more than 150 years later. This next drop here, Monica, that could come any moment, that could be the deciding factor as to who becomes the next governor of Arizona. Sean, Angelique, we just got on scene here just a few minutes ago, and you can see right across the street where that car has collided with the building. The school district is home to 6,500 students. District staff says about half take the bus every day. It's 12 hours away from Arizona's first scheduled execution in 8 years. The three-judge panel up in San Francisco this afternoon denied Clarence Dixon's request for a stay of execution. And they hope very high election day turnout can turn things around. Again, it's very early in the counting, but not what the GOP had hoped to see out of this first vote dump. They wanted those margins to be a little closer. The conflict and the polarization from really the last week, but all throughout the campaign. How does that impact you and your team as you go forward and become governor in less than 6 weeks?
Well, this is unfortunately not new.
We have seen 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts in Tucson at times. We just heard Matt talking about that 18-degree drop in temperature in just 20 minutes, and we are feeling it right now. This wash on Speedway in Midtown is a homeless encampment. The city of Tucson estimates that more than 1,600 people are living on the streets. When I was a kid, I used to love collecting baseball cards. But then 20 years goes by, life gets in the way, and you realize most of those old cards you collected are in a dusty old closet somewhere. Here live at the University of Arizona, we continue to follow this breaking news where we can report now that one professor here at the University of Arizona shot and killed. The makeshift memorial outside Tom Meixner's office building continuing to grow. We are seeing flowers and candles and notes of love and thanks. The last time a Democratic governor was here in Arizona, that was Jenna Napolitano in 2009. The legislative session begins up here on Monday. We're live tonight from the state capitol. I'm Eric Fink, News 4, Tucson.
Look at that. Got this, Evan.
You're almost there. Almost.
On a ropes course in the wilderness, 7-year-old Evan Wedeking is finding his way.
Come on, Evan, you've got this.
Evan has cancer. It's in the soft tissue of his left cheek. He was diagnosed in January.
I thought my whole world came crashing down. I thought my son was going to die. But he's not. He's going to live. He gets to live.
Another step
through.
Step by step, Melissa Wedeking says her boy is taking on the ropes just as he's taking on his illness.
He's such a strong kid, and he doesn't seem to let anything get him down. To see him afraid of something as, you know, the ropes course when he has cancer, and he just doesn't seem to be afraid of any of the treatments that he goes through or the needles or any of the stuff at the hospital.
This weekend, more than 40 families check into Camp Lawton. Children with cancer and their parents and their siblings coming together to share their turbulent journey in a quiet, rustic setting. The camp is the vision of several Tucson families whose hope was to take kids into the outdoors, kids with terminal illnesses, and let them forget about their diagnosis and treatment. Let them be kids, if even for a weekend. The camp is now 34 years old.
Here you're around other people who have gone through or are going through the same thing that you're going through. And it means a lot for him to be in an environment where he can be around other kids, let loose.
The #1 rule, no judgment, only understanding and encouragement.
There is nothing better or more fulfilling than watching a kid who is convinced he cannot do something climb up on a set of ropes, walk across a rope bridge, and come down the other side.
And when Evan conquered his fear,
the kid that goes up the rope bridge and the kid that comes down are two totally different kids. And it is entirely about confidence and self-worth.
Extremely happy because there's so many kids here, and I like I like visiting kids.
We wanted to ask him another question, but he was so focused on blowing bubbles, he blew us off.
Seeing him here enjoy the elements, seeing him enjoy nature, enjoy just playing. This is an amazing place.
On Mount Lemmon, I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.
I'm just so furious. I have no words. When Dobbs was decided, I was yelling, and today I am just quiet fury.
Nicole Lynn joined a small group of pro-choice supporters outside the Pima County Courthouse Friday night. As together they spoke out.
Stand up! Get out in the street and fight back!
Against a near-total abortion ban that was first enacted decades before Arizona was a state.
Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!
It's now once again law in Arizona.
I'm very, very worried about women and girls in the state of Arizona right now who need access to these services and will not be able to get them.
The abortion ban provides only one exception: to save the life of the mother. Abortion providers who violate the law could face 2 to 5 years in prison. Tucsonan Pam Anderson is a pro-life supporter. She argues the judge made the right decision and firmly believes life begins at conception.
I believe it should have been criminalized all along because abortion is taking another human life. It never should have happened. Healthcare and those skills are only to save the life of the mother.
This abortion ban does not have an exception for rape or incest.
The thing that I thought of first was that rapists in the state of Arizona now get to pick the mothers of their children. And that's horrifying to me, and it's wrong. And I don't understand it.
Right now, for women who find themselves in crisis, I believe that there are many, many people that will surround that woman and give her the support and love and attention and education and direction to guide her in these very difficult times.
Pro-choice Arizonans say this fight now takes a sharp turn to November.
Make no mistake, abortion is on the ballot this year. I hope that people in Arizona will show up in November and vote like their lives depend on it, because it does.
And we learned tonight that pro-life supporters planning a rally of their own Sunday night out in front of Tucson's Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood saying earlier today that this decision, this ruling, does not reflect the will of the people. It vows to appeal this decision, meaning that the future of abortion law in our state, with the likely appeals process, could be tied up in the courts for some time. We're live tonight outside the Pima Superior Court. I'm Eric Fink, News 4, Tucson. A shift change as night falls in Bisbee. The grit and grime all over these firefighters' faces, clearly showing the toll this fire has taken after spending hours in the hills putting out hot spots. Sandy and Ken Huseman live right down below on Laughlin Avenue.
We knew that the fire crews would be right on it. We had confidence in them, but we were also prepared to leave with just the bare essentials, and anything else, it didn't really matter.
The evacuation order came late Monday night.
We had a call from our neighbor across the street who said, I don't know if you know it or not, but there's fire burning right behind the house on the mountain. So we walked out the front door, and the whole top of the mountain, the whole ridge, we could see the flames, and it was just glowing orange. It was really scary.
During these dangerous days, these guys provide support and reassurance, and not just with the gear they carry. Sandy and her husband have lived here at their home on Laughlin for a decade. They and their neighbors are no stranger to fire. They are so grateful to the firefighters. They posted this note of appreciation.
We know that the fire crews that come out here are really good. We've had several fires lately.
Part of the deal with living here.
Yeah.
And do what you can. There's always something better than hurricanes or floods or what else, snowstorms.
For Ken and Sandy, their gratitude for this community and for these firefighters is unmatched. They are overjoyed as they ponder what could have been.
Just what the loss could be, I think. Their memories. Things in the house can be replaced. We're just happy that we're safe.
In Bisbee, I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.